What's going on, everybody? This is Hagrid FTW, and I'm bringing you a review on the Scuf Gaming controller. The Scuf controller, in my opinion, is one of the best gaming controllers that's on the market today, and that's pretty much because of all the features and add-ons. It has back paddles that you can configure to almost every face button if you get a wired controller. It's got adjustable hair triggers that I'll talk about. Trigger stops, which I don't have, but I heard that pretty much what it does is stop you from pulling the trigger down all the way. The dome stick, which is pretty popular, and the Scuf grip, which is extremely useful. So first thing is the paddles. The paddles are completely amazing. The left and right paddles are preset to being A and B when you order it, but you can change that either one to be any of the thing, any like face button. The right paddle I'm looking at is preset to B. You can change it to A, X, Y, all the D-pad buttons, the start and back button, and both the thumbsticks. Which changing it from B costs $8, which is a pretty steep price if you think about it, but it's not that bad. And I just noticed that the left paddle, which you can do all the face buttons before all the color buttons, the D-pad buttons, start and back buttons, but it also has the left and right bumpers you can set to, which are also $8. And you can also do the thumbsticks on either one, but only the left one you can set the bumpers, which I didn't know that, and that's actually really cool. So you can have you can do anything. You can do sprint and drop shot, or sprint and knife. I have it set as A and X just because I reload almost like every 10 seconds. I'll reload. I'll hit the X button constantly if I have a full clip or not. I don't know why. It's just, of course, it's happened lately. But still, the paddles are completely convenient. They are exactly where your fingers should be. Like, I play with my two fingers on top at the bumpers and triggers, and the paddles are exactly where my middle fingers are. Like, I don't have to move my hand around at all to touch them. They're just right there and perfectly like placed, I could say. Another big thing is the hair triggers. The hair triggers are what Scuf does is looking at the controller now, they have like a little screw next to each of the triggers, and you can adjust how sensitive they are. You can put it to, you can have it so you put the entire trigger down to aim or to shoot. Mine is that I pretty much have complete hair triggers. If I move it down any amount, it shoots or aims. Which for me, that's pretty fun. I like it like that, and I probably will not use another controller because of it. But you can have it pretty much be any sensitivity you want, except if you have the, what are they called? The trigger stops. The trigger stops go in about midway in the trigger, and that forces the trigger not to go down all the way. And the bad thing I saw with that is if you play like racing games or any game that you have to put the trigger down all the way, you have to take the trigger stops off, which requires I think like 3mm Allen key that Scuf doesn't give you, unlike the Allen key for the configuring the hair triggers. You need to go out and buy an Allen key for the trigger stops, which is a little bit inconvenient, but it's only, I think the Allen key for it's like only 59 cents or something like that. I just thought it'd be inconvenient taking the trigger stops off every time I want to play this game. Like, if I play Forza or something, I'd have to take them off if I want to excel right away. Other than that, Scuf also has this thing where they can remove the rumble packs from the controller, which lighten it by I don't know how much, because I have the rumble pack still in the controller because I like some weight to it. Just because it's nice. And if I didn't have it, it'd just be too light, and I would just throw it across the room if I got it, which then it would just pretty much break in half, and I don't want to pay another $100 for a fucking controller. So the rumble packs can be removed for $350, which pretty much, if you do anything with Scuf, you're paying extra for if you reconfigure anything. If you just want a regular controller, just get a regular controller. But if you're looking to get a nice modded controller, I don't want to really say it, but that's what it is. It's a modded controller. If you're just looking to get a really nice modded controller, not be fucking shit on by everybody because it's like, oh, modded controller, that means it's rapid fire. No, it's not. It's modded in, like, I want to say a good way, in a very high advantage way, without fucking up the game. But still, it's really nice. Really, really nice. Also, what they have is a domed aim stick, and you can also get the left stick, but it's nice running with the left stick. I don't know why, it's just nice for me. But the aim stick costs $5 to put on, which is, it's not that bad if you think about it. Well, actually, everything's bad because it's almost, if you get everything on the fucking controller, if you configure everything, it's gonna be like almost another $100. But that's why I didn't do that. I did get the domed aim stick, and pretty much it makes your aiming just a slight more sensitive. Like, I used to play on 10. When I got the domed aim stick, I moved it down to 8, and it felt exactly the same. The bad thing about the aim stick is, after you play for a while, I've had mine for about a month and a half, and what happened to my aim stick is that I've used it so much that it's getting completely worn out now, and it's almost a smooth surface. And if you've ever played it on a PS3 controller, you know that, like, the thumbsticks are rough, and what I didn't know is that if you play too much, they get worn out, and they just smooth surface, and your thumb just doesn't grip anything. And because of that, I had to get, well, I didn't have to get, I chose to get KontrolFreaks, which are little thumb pads which go on the sticks, and they're amazing. I've had them for like 2 days, and I love them. But other than the domed thumbstick, the triggers, the paddles, there's also a Scuf grip, which the grip is pretty much a military grade anti-slip grip paint. And if your hands like get sweaty during gameplay at all, then this grip will pretty much make them not sweat, or not. I shouldn't say not sweat, not slide out of your hand. Like, if I'm playing for like a couple hours and my hands are sweaty as hell, and I grab my controller too hard, a controller will slip out of my hands. That's how sweaty it gets. So the grip, it pretty much sticks to your hands, you could say. But it is awesome. The grip, pretty much everything that I look forward to and more. When I ordered this controller the first time, well, I shouldn't say first time, the only time I ordered this controller, I didn't have as high expectations for it. I was like, okay, yeah, it's just a new controller, I'll probably have to get used to everything on it, and not at all. Not at all. Like I said, the paddles exactly where your fingers are. Triggers, you set them to whatever you want to, just to be more comfortable. The grip on the back of it is actually really, really smooth. It's really smooth, really soft. It feels really nice in the back of your hands, and I just really need to say that because it's awesome. The few cons that the controller does have is that you cannot remap the buttons. By buttons, I mean the paddles in the back of the controller. And that may not seem like a really big thing when you're ordering it, but it can be pretty important if you want to like change from an A to B. They're preset to A to B. If you want to change to like A to Y or Y to X, to change that you would have to send it back to Scuf, and then I think it costs like $10 to redo the configuration, or the regular charge would probably be like $14, and that'd probably take like almost a week, and I don't want to do that. So, anyways, this controller is amazing. I'll put a link in the description to the Scuf Gaming website and also the KontrolFreaks because I did mention those. And so, have a good day, everybody.